Welcome to Legends Collide, where we bring together the most brilliant figures of history across continents, across centuries. Today's clash: Cao Cao, the cunning warlord of ancient China, versus Napoleon Bonaparte, the thunderbolt general of France. Who was the greater strategist? Let's find out. Part 1. Born in Chaos, the making of two giants. Cao Cao was born during the dying days of the Han Dynasty, a time of rebellion, warlords, and instability. Though technically a noble, his rise came not from privilege, but from bold moves and shrewd alliances. He quickly understood that in chaos, there's opportunity, and he mastered both politics and war to survive and conquer. Napoleon, born in Corsica in 1769, entered a France teetering on the edge of revolution. He wasn't born into Parisian high society, but into a minor noble family, just enough to gain military education. When revolution exploded, he used the power vacuum to rise, rapidly from artillery officer to emperor. Both men were forged by instability, and both reshaped their worlds with ambition. Part 2. Masters of the Battlefield. Cao Cao's greatest military legacy is his use of asymmetrical tactics. At the Battle of Guandu, he faced Yuan Shao's army massively outnumbered. Rather than meet him head-on, Cao Cao targeted supply lines, used misinformation, and struck precisely. He won not by size, but by smarts. Napoleon's genius was operational speed. At Austerlitz, he lured Russian and Austrian forces into overextending, then crushed them with a concentrated blow. He was a master of illusion, timing, and decisive momentum. Both strategists emphasized speed, unpredictability, and psychological pressure. But Cao Cao operated over decades, layering politics with warfare. Napoleon struck like lightning, conquering and collapsing empires within years. Part 3. Icons of power, leadership, and legacy. Cao Cao was feared but also respected. He centralized power, elevated talent over birthright, and established a strong foundation for what would become the Wei dynasty. His leadership style: practical, ruthless, efficient. He didn't ask for love, he demanded results. Napoleon ruled like a legend in the making. He inspired troops with his presence, gave stirring speeches, and restructured France itself: law, education, economy. His Napoleonic code still influences legal systems today. While Cao Cao stabilized a collapsing empire, Napoleon aimed to build a new one from scratch. Both left lasting legacies that extended well beyond their lifetimes. Part 4. Defining moments, the stories that reveal them. Cao Cao and the Han Emperor. Cao Cao controlled the court, but never took the throne. Instead, he used the emperor as a figurehead, issuing decrees in his name. This was genius. He maintained legitimacy while holding actual power. His motto was clear control, the system without becoming the symbol. Napoleon's return from Elba. After being exiled, Napoleon escaped Elba and returned to France with a handful of supporters. As royalist troops approached to arrest him, he stood before them and shouted, "If any man would shoot his emperor, here I am." No one fired. They cheered, and he marched to Paris without a shot. Both moments capture their essence. Cao Cao manipulated institutions. Napoleon moved hearts. Part 5. Why people love them. The allure of power. Cao Cao's fans love his brilliant pragmatism. He's seen as the ultimate survivor, clever, adaptable, and always 2 moves ahead. To modern strategists, he represents realpolitik, doing what must be done. He's admired by those who value logic over emotion, strategy over ideals. He was never the hero, but he always won. Napoleon's fans are drawn to his flair, energy, and ambition. He rose from nothing, rewrote the map of Europe, and dared to reshape civilization itself. To many, he's the embodiment of vision and charisma, a man who willed his legend into being. Others were kings. Napoleon was destiny. In a way, each represents a different archetype. Cao Cao, the strategist you fear but need. Napoleon, the leader you follow into fire. Part 6. Philosophy of rule, realism versus destiny. Cao Cao believed in control through calculation. He manipulated alliances, broke traditions, and believed survival justified betrayal. To him, power wasn't given. It was taken and managed. His philosophy? Use the mask of legitimacy, rule from the shadows. Never let emotion cloud judgment. Napoleon saw himself as a force of fate. He crowned himself emperor, invoked Rome, and used conquest to spread his ideas. He was a mix of general, lawgiver, and mythmaker. His philosophy? Lead from the front, inspire belief. Leave your name in stone. One led with cold clarity, the other with burning vision. Both changed history. So, who was the greater strategist? Cao Cao Cao, the cold, clever architect of political dominance? Or Napoleon, the fiery reformer who moved nations with words and war? We'll leave that to you. Tell us in the comments, who do you admire more and why? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join us for more epic clashes. The clash will be continued. See you in the next battle.